Hi you guys, my name is Karina and I'm not usually this kind of a YouTuber that will like go around and review different products. I'm pretty much usually a Facebook live stream addict talking about motivation and whatnot, but I saw this Edfluence thing and had to add my own 2 cents in. A little bit about me. I have spent 20 years in the model and talent training industry. Yes, 20 years. Please don't judge me. I started when I was like 2. That's exactly how old I am. Yes. I spent 20 years in the industry doing things, teaching kids everything from modeling and acting, runway, photo posing, improv, script breakdown, all of the above. And it's been so interesting to see the way the industry has changed. So when this Edfluence thing came up, it was this great opportunity to like see exactly what this shift was. And before you go and jump on board with this Edfluence, I was really hoping that you would step back with me and see what the industry used to be like, where we're coming from, and where that might be leading, and if this is the right place for you. So 20 years ago, there was one way to fame, and it was through an agent and a casting director, and it was a specific route. So we all had this dream, this idea that like you'd be walking in the mall and you'd get discovered and you'd become famous and you'd move to New York and you'd take limousine rides everywhere and drink champagne and become famous. That was the idea. It kind of turned out like the movie Gia. Have you ever seen this? It's the movie with what's her name? It's a very not appropriate movie. Angelina Jolie. It's rated R. It's interesting. But that was the idea of what happened when somebody beautiful was discovered and just thrown into the spotlight. It didn't turn out super awesome. So for the rest of the world trying to become famous, it turned into things like model and talent schools, things like Barbizon, John Robert Powers, John Casablanca, and many, many other smaller schools along the way. And yes, one person can look at them and say they're a ripoff. Another person can look at them and say, well, you know, how else are you going to learn? Somebody else can say, I gained great insight from it. I went to one of those. It changed my life, not just in the world of becoming a famous model or actor, but in the fact of the lessons that I learned. I also have taught that training, and not just for people who've become famous, but who have gone on to do other things. In my training time, I do have students that have gone on to work in small markets like Dallas and Miami and Chicago, and bigger markets, Los Angeles, New York, and international markets like Paris and Milan and Tokyo. And I actually had a student that went on to work in Africa, which I thought was like super cool. Anyways, acting, big screen, small screen, like commercials, there's all kinds of work out there, but it took a process to get there. So the first step was you paid for this training so you could actually start networking, because it's very hard from your keyboard. Actually 20 years ago there was no keyboard to even start networking from, so you had to like start connecting somehow. So you'd go to one of these training places, and usually they were upwards of $1,000, $2,000, $5,000. I am not exaggerating. You can literally Google this, what those places will charge you. So you go through the training process, and maybe if you're in a big enough market, there's work for you to do in that market. Or the next step is to go to some sort of convention or networking place, because you can't like just, unless you're very, very rich, you can't like get a plane ticket and go to California and, you know, see 50 agents in California, and then go to New York and see 50 agents there, and then fly over to Paris, spend a week there, meet some agents. It would take forever, and it would be very expensive. So they'd have these conventions. There were smaller ones like Pro Scout, and then there's like big established ones like IMTA, International Model and Talent Association, this big, huge convention, and they would fly in agents from all over the world, and it was one way to get to see everybody all at once at one time. So you got to see agents, and agents got to see you, and again, thousands of dollars of investment. And you'd work for this, and you'd pay for photo shoots to have your book ready, and you'd have all of this effort that went into it. And yes, there were people who were signed there. There were people who got contracts. That was not everybody. So there was a lot of people who would go there, they'd have a great experience, and then they would go home back to school, back to their job at the grocery store, back to their job at McDonald's. Nothing wrong with those jobs. I think they're fantastic. So, so that's where that was. You guys, I'm not looking down on any of these things. I went to IMTA as a teenager. I've taken people to IMTA as a chaperone. That was just the way to do it. Okay, journey with me through the flip side. Let's say you're a casting director. You are the one selecting talent for the next project, the 6-month project, the 9-month project, the 18-month project. You have to find somebody not only with the right look and the right personality and the right skill set, but you have to find the person with commitment, with professionalism, with the follow through, because it's not easy. 6 a.m. call times aren't easy. Sit and hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. It gets really draining. Memorizing all these lines very quickly, the script changing and you have to keep up with it, the invites after hours to go do something with your time that would mess up your schedule the next morning. And especially if you take somebody from a small town and now they have access to hang out at these cool clubs or meet these famous people and take selfies with them, you start to lose your talent. You start to lose these people that were so great, and now they're taking other choices. So as a casting director, there is a lot of pressure, not just to find the right look and the right talent, but you have to bank on somebody to actually show up day after day after day, because if that person decides that partying is more important and drops out of the project, you've got to figure out how to get them out of the script, or you have to rewrite. If that person becomes pregnant, or if that person gets into drugs and alcohol and they gain 20 pounds, you got to write that into the story. So the idea of finding the people who are reliable and professional and committed become a huge challenge. You go to these events and you see these people that they're aspiring models and actors, but they've never been out of their element. They've never been tested. You don't know what their follow through is. The best thing that we would look for is, there's talent resumes, and you would look at what jobs they've done. Maybe they've done some plays, maybe they've done some commercial work, but then you also see, can they balance their schedule? Are they still in school? What kind of grades do they get? Are they in extracurricular activities? How busy can they survive? Is that a thing? Do they have, are there priorities in things like classes? We'd have students that they would come to these conventions, they'd be like, I'm so committed, I dropped out of high school and I got my GED. Okay, well, what do you do with your day? I'm just waiting to become famous. What are you doing with your day? Nothing. So that became a big stress for casting directors. And the challenge is how do we show them that you're committed and you're hardworking and you're already on your way there? The other thing you have to acknowledge, maybe you don't want to be a vlogger. Maybe you're on the fence about this whole YouTube thing and you're like, it's just way too much work. I do just want to be an actor. I just want to show up on the set. I don't mind the hurry up and wait, but I don't want to produce. I don't want to edit. I don't want to go through that whole process. The amazing thing about social media is that it is an amazing, epic, fantastic way to show casting directors you're serious, to show agents you've already done the process. There are times when casting directors, they are asking for your following. They want to know your following. They'll even put in your contract how many times you have to post about a project, how many times they want you to Snapchat from the set, how many times they want you to mention their project. Because if you have a choice between a no-name and somebody who has 5 million followers, guess who's gonna fill the theater on the first day? Guess who's gonna sit down for the premiere episode of your first show? That person who already has a following. And plus, when you do that, let's say you are a known name. When we talked about those casting directors that are scared because they don't know your professionalism, they don't know your priorities, but they see that you vlog every day, bro, for lack of a better term, they know your commitment level. They know your dedication. They know you have an appreciation for the production team. They know that you know enough to not spike the camera when you're not supposed to. They know that you know to find your light. They know these basic things and they can appreciate that. They feel safer with you. They go, this person is super duper hardworking. Whether they're in their small town or on vacation or they have a cold, this person's committed. And so by having your own social media channel, it shows to agents, it shows to casting directors that you are ready to put in the effort, that you're already that committed. Okay, so you figured it out that I am a fan of learning social media and that I have this opinion of the industry of the past. So what's my opinion of Edfluence? Let me ask you a quick question. How many of you are planning to go to college? How many of you are going to critically study the cost of each course before you take it? How many of you are really going to go, okay, this class is 3 credits. It's $107 per credit. It's going to be 300, I can't do math. Is it worth that much money per credit? Like, if you do that, please raise your hand. Please tell me, because I don't know any person who's done that. I know people who look at college as a whole course. They try to get their A's. If the teacher doesn't show up half the time, they're really grateful. They're not analyzing the education they're getting. They just want the piece of paper. This, on the other hand, is providing you an education from somebody who has done the work. Somebody who's been there and done that and proven themselves time after time after time after time. Not like a one-hit wonder. And so the information in there, I have not seen the whole course yet. I have watched every video, like even the sales videos, like from the beginning to the end, because there's gold inside just the sales videos. If you know where the industry has come from and where it's going, the information just in those videos tell you he gets it and he wants to share it with you. So the $57, or I think it's $7 to start and $57 to join the inner circle. That is like, it's really nothing compared to the investment, the education, the knowledge that you'll get out of it. I am more concerned that you won't take time to watch all the videos. I mean, that's honestly, if it fails, it's because you didn't listen, you didn't gain the information, you didn't pay attention, or you didn't watch them all. But if you are interested in social media, if you are interested in the model and talent industry, if you want to be in the entertainment industry, if you want to be an influencer, you guys, this is freaking gold given by like the king of social media right now. And like I said, it's not that I'm a huge fan of his specific channel. I'm a huge fan of what he's done. And if you can get the information from the person who's done it and you get it for less than $100, I promise you it's worth it. Again, these places that have been training models and talent, people pay thousands of dollars, and then they have to pay thousands of dollars to go to a convention, and then they have to pay thousands of dollars to move to wherever they're gonna go to pursue their career. This is teaching you for less than $100 how to start with your camera in wherever you are, however you are, doing it from your own convenience of your phone. So that is my opinion, you guys. I highly, highly, highly suggest you check it out if you are at all interested in this space. And I can't wait to continue learning from the courses. I hope you have a great experience with it. I know it's a lot of work. I think a lot of people are frustrated because they find out it's a lot of work. I think there's a lot of people who went to it with the idea of, I want these quick shortcuts. If you want a quick shortcut, let me just be honest with you, you can pay for followers. I think that's the shortcut. I don't know that it's a real way to succeed, but hey, there you go. Otherwise, if you want to put in the work, if you're ready to learn it, these are the courses. The thing that stuck out the most to me, and I'll get out of here because I know you should be watching him, not me, but the thing that stuck out to me the most in this course is there is an editing course in it. There is how to edit videos. There's so many people talking about having a YouTube channel, but they don't talk about the reality of editing. Editing takes time. Sound is important. All these other little pieces, researching content, how to do, like people skip over that because they want to make it simple. And this package this is how you really do it. So that is my suggestion, my input, my yes. Right down below, tell me, are you going to join Edfluence? Did you join Edfluence? How is it going for you? I want to watch your channel. Seriously, like message me or comment below and send me your link because I want to watch everybody grow from Edfluence. I know it's going to be epic. I can't wait to see this team 1000. Sound good? I love you guys. Thank you for checking out this video, and I will chat with you guys later. Bye, guys.